Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities, and we are coming to you with our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye again on this monthly meeting, and we talk about what's going on at Fayetteville Public Utilities. And Britt, we have a lot going on.
Yes, we do.
Probably one of the biggest operations I've seen in a long time is the broadband build in the eastern portion of the county. And it seems like everywhere I go, there's trucks putting out. They're working getting the fiber to the home.
Yep, we're looking at 12 to 14 contract crews in here right now. So, you know, they've been blowing and going quite a bit as long as we got the material in here to keep building fiber, and you can see them going through town so we can get the right count going out into the rural community.
I'm sure getting material there is just as difficult as it is across the board, but this broadband grant seems to me like we're getting plenty of material in because they seem to be putting it out.
Well, we're getting plenty of material, but it's just depends on the count. Like right now, we're running short on some of the counts of fiber that we need in certain areas of the county. So whatever count we got in here, if we can go on and build that infrastructure somewhat, and then that's the fiber that we'll be using.
What are you thinking about the time frame for that? I know people ask that all the time. I know it's a tough question, but what are you figuring?
Well, you know, the project was up to about 3 years, so you know, I expect that we're probably going to get through about 2 years. We hope. Okay. The way that it's going right now, but you know, you don't never know because we still got home material that we got to get in here as well, and that's what's been running shortage too.
I got you. Well, we've got, believe it or not, school right around the corner. It's starting very soon, I guess next week or so. So a lot of people might be wanting some internet for their children. They need it. It's about required now almost.
Well, I reckon everybody needs it now.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll let you know when I get
it. hopefully they'll get it up your holler one of these days. But it looks like you might be the very last one to get it. But anyway, so. If people are interested in our internet, if you want to check the availability, you can always call any of our CSRs, 433-1522, and they'll let you know what we got. One thing I know you're proud of, we got a lot of school programs going on. We have the Louis the Lightning Bug. It's been around as long as you have, hasn't it?
I guess it was going on before I ever got here.
Probably so. And then we have Sniffy as well. That's the gas, the gas, I guess, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, that logo there. And then also we have the 4th through 8th grades. We have the something that you got just a few years ago, indoor tabletop electric safety demonstration, which you've actually done that demonstration. That's very helpful to the kids to actually see what can happen if you do get in touch the power lines.
Oh yeah, it's very educational for the younger kids, and they really like it when we do it. And so you know, we hope to get more involved with the upcoming years. You know, everything opening up a little bit more each year, so we hope to get out more to the schools.
And one other thing that we want to do too is all the grades, and including high school, we want to try to get out there for our career fairs and things like that to let people know that there's opportunities here at home to work and have a good job and work here at FPU.
Yeah, we had a meeting with TCAT the other day, and they're opening up the programs quite a bit, and they got what they call an AMP camp coming up, and we're going to be participating in that too. So.
Very good. Well, that's very good. So if you need more information about that, please call us here at 433-1522, and we'll be glad to talk to you about any of those programs. And especially if you're having a career fair, we sure would like to participate in that for sure. One other student thing is our Student Utility Board. They're starting August 10th. It's right around the corner. Summers seem to be so quick now, and they're ready to come back now. And I'll go over with you who all we have. We have Eli Lane, Javon Fox, and India Bryson. They're from Fayetteville High School. Sierra Martinez, Hayden Swintford, and Avery Raby from Lincoln County High School, and Case Creason from Riverside Christian Academy. And I know you're proud of the Student Utility Board. A lot of people are very interested in that program, which you started in 2010.
Well, that's correct. And, you know, it's a good recruitment, too, if you want to stay here and work, if we got something available for these kids. And, you know, you don't have to serve on the Student Utility Board to come to work here, but, you know, they see everything hands-on, up close, and all the experiences that we go through of what it takes to work here.
And one Student Utility Board member is running the camera today. She's been with us now 5 years and now a full-time employee, Riley Campbell.
Yep.
So I know you're proud of that.
Glad
Plus,
to
we also have we have a dispatcher. Sorry,
Joe Kia.
Joe Kia. Joe Kia is with us as well, and there's the two that we hope to have more. We actually have an intern or two still here, so that's really good. Good program.
We have Navarre and we got Isabella.
That's right. Very good. I knew you'd remember. All right, one thing you've been dealing with a lot, Britt, is the heat, the storms, I guess you want to call it. We've been in a crazy weather pattern, but it's sure hit us hard when these storms come down north.
It has. It's taken a toll on us, actually, with all the guys out working, and we try to work and get everybody back on as fast as we can, but we also got to be safe. And, the winds that we've been having is you find out real quick what kind of shape your trees are in, and we've had some large trees that falls out of the right-of-way that takes our lines down, but we also got some trees that we're working on Saturdays now to do some additional tree cutting, trying to get ahead of the problem just a little bit more than where we've been. But, with the strong winds, it puts an effect on our system. And, we try to get them back on as soon as we can, but we got to work safe. But the guys are out there working really hard. And if it comes back again, which I'm assuming that it will, because summer hadn't really started yet, but it's going to get hotter, and we got to pay attention to what's going on with the entire power grid.
Absolutely. This year, we have been through a lot from the beginning, from Christmas, with rolling power outages. We've had 2 tornadoes that we've dealt with that me and you both have been working. And now this storm here, I think this last one, it shows, I think it said 6 broken poles and 15 transformers. It's hard to keep an inventory when you're losing that much all the time.
Well, it is, but, we've been trying to get as much inventory as we can when we can, because other systems are having the same problems. If you've been seeing the news, what's been going on over in Memphis, with the power outages there. Last couple of weeks, what's went on down in Madison, they had several poles down. So, your material is getting harder to come by because of situations like this. And you just don't have certain providers for material just in the state of Tennessee. They serve all over. So we have to be sure that do what we can to get inventory at the best way we can get it in here.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, when we was here during Christmas with the high demand for heating, we're going to have high demand for cooling as we get into the hotter parts of the summer, which you mentioned. We're not even hardly there yet. So we got schools coming back in, going online. How's the grid holding up?
Well, right now, everything's looking pretty good. But like I said, month of August, September, I'm going to say somewhere around the 3rd week of August, or the last week of August is going to be hot. That's what I'm predicting.
That's a pretty good prediction.
We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. About the heat, but I think we'll have some extremely hot days.
So what do we do to prepare for that, just like we did back in the winter, just try to prepare as best we can?
Yes, and, there's good tips out there to how to conserve energy, move the thermostat up a little bit, shut the blinds, and turn your ceiling fans on, and those kinds of things will help out and save you a little bit of energy cost too.
Absolutely. Go to our website, go to energyrot.com to find out more details that he was talking about there. Budget Billing's a free service that averages out the bills for the highs and lows. That helps a lot of folks. We got to talk to some folks over at the senior center, and they seem to be very interested in that program, and that's been around for a long time, but it does help people out.
Well, it does, especially those that's on a fixed income. It helps those customers out tremendously, and we have a lot of those customers that's on budget billing.
Yep. And if you need more information on that, you can call us here at 433-1522. Any of our customer service people can help you out there. If you are on a disability, Social Security, your primary means of paying your utility bill, you can get delayed payment. That's another program that we have here that allowing people a little additional time to make payments. Applications for delayed payments are here at customer service as well, and that helps out a lot of people, because if your bill due date is on a particular date but you don't get your check for a little bit late and longer, I believe that's how that works.
That is correct.
We work with you on that. All right. One thing I've had to deal with, talk to dispatch quite a lot here lately. It's nice to know that they're here 24 hours a day, and I know that helps us out a lot. So we do have people here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready to take your call if you have any questions.
Right, and it's very, very important that we have an updated information on our customers, in case we need to call you back or a situation like that. But it's very, very important if you have a situation at home where you got people on oxygen or any other type of machines, that you got a medical form that we have our customers to fill out, and we make notes on the screen so we'll know to some degree of what we're dealing with, for each line that we have out. So that helps us out too.
Absolutely. Something you talk about quite a lot's AMI, and why don't you just go? We got a lot of advantages to having that, but tell everybody what that is.
It's advanced meter infrastructure, and we have where outages to some degree call in if we have one, and it just depends on too, because some of it's wireless, and you got a lot of foliage on the trees right now. Doesn't mean we're going to get right. As soon as your power goes out, doesn't mean it calls in instantly. Yeah. So it's just goes through a gatekeeper, then it calls back into the office. So we have good ideas of what's out and what comes back on, but don't ever hesitate to call.
Yeah, I had to call dispatch the other night. The customer had contacted me about being out, and they looked on something, and they knew that they were out. So sometimes we don't know, but in this case, she did know. So that's pretty interesting. I've never seen that particular part work, but it's neat to know that works. We're doing constantly doing some infrastructure improvements, as you mentioned. That's an ongoing thing you've got to do to make sure that we're ready for the future or for whatever's coming up down the pipe.
Well, that's great. We got work plans on all of our utilities, just like telecom right now, and we're out a few years on the water and wastewater as well as the gas, but somewhat on the electric side, we're out to 2034, what the plans show, and that's based on load forecasts and work plans and those kinds of things. So doesn't mean it's not going to change. It will change because we have to look at it every year to be sure we are where we need to be.
Yeah, well, that's very good that you got to be thinking ahead. A lot of times we see programs maybe not thinking ahead enough, then you run up against some serious problems. So on the gas side, we have many outdoor projects happening this time of year. The 811 people to need to call if the people's got an outdoor any kind of digging going on, then not only gas, you can hit anything in underground.
Well, especially, when it comes to fiber or, you got water, you got wastewater, you got primary conductor underground, so it's best to call and get a locate because it could end up costing you, it could end up hurting you if you don't call in here and get that locate.
Yeah, I think we were out at South Point, whatever that was, and I think everything's underground there. So we were putting some fiber in that area as well. We're actually doing some changes to our website, getting ready for some new construction page and electric permit page. So if you go there and you see construction underway, we're in the process of putting that together. So just bear with us. We'll have that soon. That should help out on the engineering side.
That's great. We're trying to get more information on the website to help our customers out. And you have a lot of people moving in. And, it's not that they can always come into the office to look, see what our rules and regulations are as far as construction on any of the services that we offer.
Yeah. So if you're planning to add or do an addition to a building or whatever, you need to contact us as early as possible so we can meet the deadlines that people have. And a lot of people are in a hurry, but we have a lot of jobs to do as we go. So one thing we've got coming out soon is the August edition of the Tennessee Magazine. It should be delivered home pretty quickly. And if you're a customer and you're not receiving that magazine, please give us a call. We can add you to that. If you get multiple copies, we'd appreciate letting us know. Call us and we can eliminate that. Our social media, this here is being broadcast on YouTube. It'll also be on Facebook, and we're also on Instagram and Twitter. So we're out there to keep the public informed. In the old days when I first started working with you, when we have an outage, we'd get on the radio. We still do, but right now we try to get all the information we can to the public through social media, and we also do the radio as well. So anything else, Brett, before we go?
No, I just appreciate everybody's patience. When the power goes out and whatever service we offer, if you have a problem, we'll try to get it back on and get it back up and running and as fast as we can. Absolutely.
We're here 24 hours a day. We appreciate what you do and driving the ship, and hope everything keeps going smooth and keep everybody safe. I know that's one thing you talk about all the time.
That's the main thing. Everybody goes home the same way they showed up for work that day.
So if you're driving down the road, you see some of our crews on the side of the road, we're asking you to please move over, slow down the best you can, and take care of our guys because they're doing a very, very important job. Whether they're in the ditch or whether they're on the pole, they're trying to keep the services going.
That's correct.
Appreciate you, Britt. We'll see you next month as we talk to our CEO, General Manager, Britt Dye, and I'm Don Counts. We'll see you back next month.